What's up guys, AFK Tech here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Ducky Shine 5. I've had this keyboard for over a couple months and I want to share with you guys what I've discovered about it and what I like about it. Okay, so starting things off here, the Ducky Shine 5 came out in the late 2015. It was shown off at Computex. It's an RGB keyboard, so the first RGB keyboard from Ducky before all they had was red and blue. And so far I really liked it. I got it in the brown switch variety. So it was a different change from my C70 that was a MX Reds. As you can see here, it uses a mini USB as its removable cable for connecting it to your computer. The design here isn't bad. I'd like to see a little bit more of security on putting the wire in there instead of just press fitting it in there, because it doesn't always hold itself. Outside of that, that's actually a pretty nice feature. The back rubber leg stops just twist if you don't like it to be elevated. I prefer elevated personally, but they come in and out, and this holds really well on a desk. It doesn't slide very easily at all. Overall, it's got a bunch of different lighting settings. So first of all, you've got a single mode and a RGB mode. FN and spacebar opens up the color palette, so all the features here are accessible through the keyboard, not necessarily software. So you open up the color palette, you can select whichever color you want to have for your solid, and then you can change modes using FN, F9. So the mode we're looking at now is just a standard breathing mode within the single color settings. You can turn the speed up and down using FN and the left and right arrow key. And then we'll just go ahead and go through the other different single lighting modes. So this is a wave across the keyboard. This is a snake effect, like I like to call it. This is one of my favorite when the keyboard's just sitting idle. You can slow this down and speed it up just like you can most of the other effects. So if you want to see it racing through there, you can. Not necessarily a big preference for me. This is touch reactive, so you set your color and then as you touch, it reacts to it. And so the thing with this is you can adjust it with the speed as well, and it changes how long it remains on the screen. So these are wave reactive, so kind of the same idea. And you can speed that up as well, so it dissipates faster or slower, whichever your preference is. And all these can have their own custom colors. This is the line reactive, so this is just going to affect the line of the key that you pressed. So we'll go ahead and change the color there. And then you have off, so this is just your standard keyboard mode. So then we go into the RGB settings here, and there are a lot of different ones. So this is breathing, you can speed it up and down, goes through all the colors. This is like a waterfall effect. Then there's the snake, and this changes for every time it goes through, it comes in as a different color. You can speed up. This is the classic, I think, shine, and then you got touch reactive RGB, which is pretty cool. So yeah, as I was saying, if you adjust the speed down, it'll remain there for a lot longer. You got wave RGB, same situation with speed, line RGB, same thing as the single LED color, and then you've got off. So those pretty much wrap it up for the overview of the LED settings. There's two different modes you can do outside of these. There's two save modes where you can activate certain colors on certain keys as you want. It's a little trickier to set up since it is all on keyboard. Just reference the manual for this. This will allow you to change 16 different keys to this color and 16 different keys to that color. And then we have it on the breathing mode. The backside is pretty straightforward. It's got a big ducky symbol. I already showed you the power cable, but it's overall really solid built on the backside. The plastic used is really tough, and I mean overall this keyboard has treated me really well. Some things that I guess aren't my favorite about it is the plastic around the front is a little cheap feeling. It's kind of going for a brushed aluminum look, but it is still plastic, so it is kind of have, I don't know, a little bit cheaper feeling to it than it would if they did use actual aluminum. But outside of that, I've really been pleased with this keyboard. I don't know whether it's the switch from the MX Brown to the MX Browns from the MX Reds that have really done the trick for me, or if it's the fact that this keyboard just built a lot better. It uses double shot keycaps, which are a lot sturdier than the Corsair K70 that I was using before. And overall, this keyboard's great. It is a little pricey, so you are you are paying for those extra features such as the RGB, but I personally found that it's worth it, and I definitely would recommend this keyboard to a friend. But if you're really not sure and this maybe is your first mechanical keyboard, then you might want to look at some more cheaper options. That way you can get a good idea of what switch you want to have. That way you're not spending a ton of money on something that you don't necessarily need. Outside of that, guys, I really appreciate you guys checking out my videos. This is AFK Tech signing off. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. That'd be a great help to me. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if it sucked, tell me why it sucked. And then go down to my Amazon link down in my description. That really helps me out. That allows me to get products to do reviews for you guys. Thanks for watching.